the man kissing his coach, all that kind of good stuff. You know, DDP went back at him with some crap about his dad, you know what I'm saying? Then Sean Strickland goes on this podcast with Theo Vaughn and breaks down and starts crying about his childhood, right? Now, hey, what's going on, fight fans? Hey, this is Coach D, the Wild Man, coming at you again with another episode of Coach D Media. Now, you know I do a Coach D Media. I talk about all things about combat sports, from the highs to the lows. And let me tell you, it don't get no lower than this right now, because I don't know what to make of Sean Strickland, right? Now, I just did a podcast not too long ago about Sean Strickland crossing the line and so on and so forth. I just heard his daggone interview with Theo Vaughn on his podcast. Now, Theo Vaughn is killing it, man. He had 2.3 million subscribers, man. I didn't know he was rolling like that. I knew he was a comedian. I didn't know he was the guy like that. So he's doing his daggone thing. He's had a lot of big names on it, including Dana White, okay? Now, simply because he's had Dana White on this podcast is why I think all this crap is suspect with Sean Strickland, you know, and what's going on with him. Now, we all know what happened. He did the conference, you know, the press conference with daggone DDP and Sean O'Malley. He was going in, calling everybody name in the book, calling them faggots, saying he's having sex with other men, kissing his coach, all that kind of good stuff. You know, DDP went back at him with some crap about his dad, you know what I'm saying? Then Sean Strickland goes on this podcast with Theo Vaughn and breaks down and starts crying about his childhood, right? Now, to me, I hated to say it this way, that's a bitch move. Here's why it's a bitch move, in my opinion. A, he's on a platform that's already been earmarked as some place that Dana White hangs out, right? Number one. We already know how Dana White gets down. He backs all of the platforms that have his back and has his way of thinking on it. Or Dana White wouldn't go on it. So now Sean Strickland goes on that platform and talks about his childhood and cries and all the kind of good stuff, right? Looking for sympathy or whatever the hell he's looking for. Now we got people talking about, hey, you know, everybody got mental issues and all that kind of good stuff. I think freaking Luke Thomas was talking about it, right? We all got problems. This is men catch the short end of the stick on a regular basis. I got mama and daddy issues, but you don't see me going on a platform in order to cry on it, right? I go to my friends, I go behind the scenes, or at the very least, I go on my Instagram or whatever to plead what's going on with me. You don't go on somebody else's platform and start spilling your guts and crying, right? After you've been doing all this bull jive to everybody else. You've been shitting on everybody else, men and women, you name it. You've been coming at them all day long, right? The first chance somebody talk about you and your dad, all of a sudden you want to start crying? No, you don't get that kind of pass, right? What's that old saying? Hurt people, hurt people. I don't give a damn about that. Right? Because like I said, you got to eat the meal you've been dishing out. You've been dishing out hell to everybody else. Now also you want somebody to feel sorry for you? No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. You suck this up. You suck it up. If you're going to throw disparities at somebody else, sooner or later, somebody going to throw it at you. Right? And that's what's happening. Now you want to cry about it? No. It's too late to cry. It is too late to cry. Right? And I know I sound insensitive and I sound like I don't care, because I don't. Right? When you get out here and you run your mouth and you come at people and you throw bad things their way and you discredit them and do all the stuff you've been doing, now the whole world got to hear you shit on somebody else, right? And somebody throw you a jab back and you can't handle it, and now you want to bring down the tears? No, bro. That ain't how it go. That is not how it go. I'll put you at the bottom of the barrel now. I thought you was the next, Hellraiser. No, you ain't the next Hellraiser. You soft in my book. Unless you faking. If you faking, that makes you even worse. Because you on a platform that's been earmarked by Dana White. So I don't know what quite to say about that, right? Because Dana White don't go where he ain't gonna be protected. If somebody gonna come at him sideways, he ain't going on that platform. Plain and simple, right? Just like when he was on with Patty the Batty and that little weak podcast that he was trying to do, right? He only go with people who got his back. That's gonna rock with the game he's throwing. And here you are right behind him with whatever the hell you doing. If you don't went too far with your mouth, now all of a sudden you feel bad. Now all of a sudden, somebody bring up something about your pop, right? You've been knowing about your problems all your life. Now you pick a podcast, start crying about it. You could have found a therapist couch for that, right? You ain't have to do this right before a fight, right? That's suspect in my book. Or are you really soft? Right? You can dish it, but you can't take it. It's now the narrative. So what do we do with that? What do we do with that? Right? As a dude, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Because, right, men catch enough hell on a regular basis. You see how fast somebody can come at us and say we done some foolish stuff. Now we end up, getting arrested, going to jail, something we didn't do. We already got it bad enough that somebody can shit on us at a moment's notice, and we gotta suck it up. Look at Cat Williams. Cat Williams just got done shitting on almost the whole freaking comedic landscape. Now, granted, a lot of stuff he's saying is true, but like I said, it can happen at any moment that somebody can shit on you, right? Here you come, shitting on everybody else. Do you go on a platform, right, and start rolling with the tears about how bad you had it? We all had it bad. We all had it bad. You ain't the only one, right? Conor McGregor was welfare. He had it bad. He got past it. He ran his mouth, right? But what he didn't do is cry about it, right? When he stepped in the ring and somebody gave him the business, he ain't cry about it. He just talked this shit, broke his ankle. He didn't cry about it, right? Got beat up by Khabib. He didn't cry about it. Got handed up by Dustin Poirier. He didn't cry about it. Got choked out by Nate Diaz. He didn't cry about it. Colby Covington got beat by Leon Edwards. He didn't cry about it. I think he didn't cry about it. He might have. Colby kind of soft. He might have cried. I don't know. Right? But you see what I'm saying? Right? If you going to run your suck it up. If you going to run your mouth, you got to eat it. Period. Regardless how bad you had it. First of all, that ain't for everybody's consumption. If you going to go out there and cry for yourself, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Right? I refuse to give you any kind of grace when you were shitting on everybody else. You get none. Right? I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. I done enough of bullshit in my daggone day. Right? I've done some crap on my podcast I was completely wrong about. Right? And I had to apologize live. Right? If I said something wrong live, I got to apologize live. I don't got no problem with it. I made a mistake. Right? But I ain't going to cry about it and make an excuse like, hey, it ain't happened. Right? This is not what we do. You in the fight business. This ain't the cry business. Right? If you're going to be the heel, be the heel. If you're going to be the bad guy, be the bad guy. If you're going to run your mouth and expect mother efforts to take it, then you got to take it too when somebody come back at you. Right? I didn't expect DDP to throw what he did at you, but hey, hell, welcome to the fight game. It's crazy like that. It's crazy like that. But you ain't gonna look for no daggone sympathy after all the stuff you've been daggone doing. It don't work like that. Right? Like I said, I know I sound disingenuous, like I don't care and I don't understand what the man going through. I understand what he's going through. Right? But I also understand he's created the hell that he's in too. Not with how he's brought up, but what he's doing now. He had a chance to be a good dude, right? He had a chance to be a stand-up fighter and walk it like he talk it, but he chose to go to the dark side of this because he wanted some money. Right? He wanted to be the bad guy in all this. He wanted to be the shit talker. He wanted to be the heel. He wanted to be that guy. So he's that guy. And you gotta rock it. It ain't, people will say it's entertainment. It's a show. People don't see it like that. Everybody don't see it like that. Right? If you gonna call a person names, call them gay, call them a faggot, say you having sex with other men, blah, blah, blah. If you want to do all that, you gotta take what comes with it. You gotta take what comes with it. So the first time you got dealt a low blow, you want to go on somebody's podcast, start crying? Nah, it ain't like that at all. So I ain't rocking with it. I know it sounds crazy. I don't, I wasn't trying to rant, but I don't like it. I don't like it. He should have kept his mouth shut and just simply been the bad guy. Right? That's how you want to rock. Be the bad guy. Ain't no sympathy after being the bad guy and saying what you say. There ain't no sympathy. Got problems or no problems. Right? You a man. You a grown man. You know right from wrong. You know what you doing and how you doing it. Once that mic went live, you were in control of what you said and did not say. You chose to say what you want to say, and you've been saying it. There is no passes here. Suck it up. The best you could do is fight that man. If you want to come at DDP, the best you can do when the bell rings, like Dana White, get the fight. You don't get no room to cry. Like Dana White says, this is the business that we in. We ain't in the crying business. We in the fighting business. Apparently we in the talking shit and disparaging people's name and talking nonsense business. It is what it is. So I ain't giving you no pass. Take it like a man, brother. I'm sorry you went through what you went through. A lot of men went through what you went through. You ain't the only one, right? But you are one of the few that has a platform to where you can say what's going on with you and you can do what you want to do and get away for it and get paid for it, which is the key thing. Running your mouth and getting paid to run it. That's the difference. Ain't like you out in the street where nobody know what the hell you doing. You get cut checks for what you do. That's the difference. That's the difference. Now, everybody talk about it. You're gonna make even more money off this because more people are gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna ride with it, but it ain't gonna be like you think. You soft in my book. You ain't the fighter everybody wants. You ain't the fighter that you want to be. Not acting like this. Not acting like this. So I don't give a dang. I don't give a dang what you want people to take from this. I ain't gonna be the one. Because we all got problems. And I'm not gonna let you use a platform as all you've been doing and dismiss people who going through real problems. You were going through real problems, but you didn't use the platform to discuss your real problems. You doing it before a fight to add on to whatever the hell you've been doing. You said the wrong stuff. You got a little bit of heat. Now you got some tears coming. Nah. Not when you're on somebody else's platform while you're doing it. Suspect in my book. Suspect. All right. I went a bit deep. My bad. I don't like it. Plain and simple. Right? Had to get off my daggone chest. I did. On to the next thing. All right. This is Coach D. Doing what I'm doing. Calling it like I see it. Talking my share of shit. To hear from me again. Peace out.